Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an updated drugstore favorites slash drugstore must-haves, whatever you want to title it. I will go ahead and include my drugstore playlist down below that will cover everything from tutorials, hauls, other videos kind of like this one. I think whenever I was skimming through my past videos, I only have one other video like this, and it was a must-haves from the drugstore. So I made sure that I didn't do any repeats from that video, and I can proudly say I pretty much still love every single one of those products except for one, the NYC liquid liner. I don't really hate it, it's just that I don't really love it anymore. I have found lots of other drugstore liquid liners that I definitely prefer more. In fact, I have one in here to show you guys. So before we get into this, just make sure that you guys are subscribed if you guys would like to see any of my future uploads. Also, it's really helpful if you click that little bell, that way you will be notified whenever a new video like this comes your way. So getting right into it, I don't think I'm really going to categorize these, I just have a box here. If you guys have been keeping up with my videos, then this should come to no surprise. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Ultra Eye Contour Light in Shade. I think I'm going to be doing an updated, well, I don't even know if it's actually updated. I think my previous Makeup Revolution video was just kind of like a general Makeup Revolution haul that I did months ago. But if you guys have been watching me, you know that I've been finding so many products from Makeup Revolution that have like instantly just won me over. I think this is probably the most expensive product that I have in this video, but I love this. So if you've been having your eye on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and you're just not wanting to put out, I think it's like the $45 to $50, this would be a great alternative. I did do a video swatching these side by side, but this palette has been like on repeat for me over and over again. I believe this is $14, $15, and it seems like Ulta pretty much always has a sale going on where it's like buy one, get one half off for Makeup Revolution. So I thought I would go ahead and get that bad boy out of the way. That way you wouldn't have to hear about it anymore. Okay, moving on. This is a newer product in my collection, but I have been loving it. J.Cat Beauty was generous and sent over like a mixture of products. I love their, what is it? The Dolce de Leche eyeshadow trio. I've talked about it in so many other videos. I love using that as a highlighter. But they recently launched this. This is the Quad Spectrum highlighter in the shade QSP 101 highlighter. So I guess there's just only one shade. They did send me a color correcting palette as well. That one I wasn't too crazy about. I think it's just because I don't really do too much color correcting. Maybe if I did, I would like have been more interested, but that one was just kind of meh. However, this guy definitely stuck out. This is actually the highlighter that I'm wearing right now. I took a mixture of these two shades here. I recently did a highlighter declutter, and I pretty much talked about how I always lean towards more of these like champagne-y golden type of shades. The two shades on the top are more kind of pearl. This one here has a lot, oh no, I think it's this one, has like a very slight violet duochrome shift to it. It is pretty, but just personally for me, I just gravitate towards these. So what I'll do is just dip my finger in it, kind of press it right onto the cheeks. Sometimes I just use my finger, but most of the time I will go in with a sponge and kind of really blot it into my skin or pounce it into my skin even more. And it dries down into like a slight powder finish. It doesn't feel uber powdery. Uber, I hate that word, I don't know why I said that, but it doesn't look like really greasy and dewy either. So if you have oily skin, I still think you would like this because they do dry down to a slight powdery finish, but it's not overly powdery where it just looks like powder on top of powder on top of powder. This one is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. I have mine in the shade 105A Cafe Au Slay. They did come out with a highlighter in this, maybe even two. I think in my previous drugstore must-haves video, I mentioned the Maybelline Dream Bronze BB, which I do still love, but I think this is just easier to use because normally with the bronze BB, I'd have to squeeze it onto the back of my hand and then kind of like blend it in first into a nice thin layer and go in with like a beauty blender and pounce it. Not that that's that hard, but I feel like this is definitely more convenient. I'm not sure if they offer two shades in the bronzer or not, but here is the color here. So what I'll do, oh, that's actually another favorite. I'm gonna go ahead and mention it right now. Mine is actually torn. I need to buy a new one, but the L'Oreal Infallible foundation sponge, the pink one that's kind of like the hourglass shape, I've been obsessed with that. I've been using that more than my beauty blender. So I'll just go in with that kind of on the pointy side and I'll just pounce it right into here. And then I'll gently go and like pounce it all around the perimeter of my face. So like my forehead kind of down onto the natural contours of my face, and it just warms it up, especially if you're wearing a foundation that's a little bit too light, but you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go in and bronze a bit. This is perfect because it's really thin, so it doesn't get like cakey and crusty on your face. Plus it's super affordable. I wanna say this was maybe $4.99, something like that. Moving along, the only foundation that I included in here, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow should have probably been in here, but I felt like I'm pretty sure I did include the Infallible Pro Matte in my last video, so I didn't want to be too repetitive, but I do still love both of those foundations. But kind of like my everyday go-to foundation, even on just like errand days, is the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I'm currently, I think, the shade 30. This one is 20, but I love this stuff. I think dream cushions, you either love them or you hate them. There's not really like a middle line. I definitely prefer to use mine with a beauty blender, but this just feels so nice and lightweight on the face, and this probably has some of the best coverage out of all of my other cushion foundations that I have. I prefer this over the L'Oreal one. I think from the drugstore, this one, I really like the Physicians Formula one too, not quite as much as this, and the J.Cat Beauty. Those three are probably some of my favorites from the drugstore, but this is hands down numero uno. I have a couple of eyeliners in here. First up, let's talk about this liquid liner. I featured this in a recent drugstore haul, or Ulta haul maybe. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner plus Serum in Ultra Black. I've been using this for probably about 2 weeks now. I keep jerking because I'm trying to like balance this box on my leg. I need to get a small tray table right here. But I've been loving this. I would compare the finish to, I swatched it next to the Stila one and then the Kat Von D tattoo liner. I think it's the most similar to the tattoo liner, not like opacity wise, but kind of like the way it dries down. It's not fully matte, but it's not like a shiny finish either. It's kind of like this natural satin finish. I do wish that both this and the tattoo liner dried down to like a flat black matte, but it is still super black. It's really easy to use. This is actually the liquid liner that I have on right now. I don't know how true the lash boosting serum claim is, but overall for the actual product, I really do like, and I know they sell this in black as well. So if you find black eye, or in brown, if you find black liner to be too harsh, the brown one would be a great option for you. Okay, I have 3 other eyeliners in here. They're all from the same brand. This is from the brand Koki. In fact, I have their lip liners in here as well. I love their pencil products. They are so good. I think as of right now, you can only find these in the Bed Bath & Beyond stores that have like a makeup section in there. I think those have like a certain name, but I'm not quite sure. The Christmas Tree Shop, which we don't have one of those around me either, or you can purchase the products online. I think though that they will eventually be released at like other drugstores. I really hope so because I love the brand. So first up, these eyeliners, these are just the Velvet Smooth eyeliners. If you're a fan of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils, like the array of shades they have and how creamy they are, I think you would really like these. I find these to last quite a bit longer. This is actually the shade that I have on my waterline right now. It's just called Champagne. These are so creamy, but these work great not only as eyeliners, but eyeshadow bases as well. The gold is beautiful. I love it. It's super metallic. The only negative that I can say about these is a couple of times when I've tried to sharpen them, the actual pencil is like so smooth and creamy that whenever you're sharpening it, the blade kind of just kept smudging the actual pencil everywhere. If you just go in really nice and slow and not like an impatient crazy person like me, then you won't have a problem. And then here are the Velvet Smooth lip liners. These are so incredibly long wearing. These ones and the next ones I'm about to show you. I'll wear these kind of as like my just one lip product. I'll just line and fill my lips with them and they pretty much last all day long. If they do start to feel a tiny bit tightening or dry, I'll just go in with a clear gloss on top, but these are amazing, especially if you're into like the rosy, dusty mauves like we all know that I'm obsessed with. They have a ton of different tones as well as like really good reds and pinks. Other lip liners that I wanted to quickly mention, these are from the new Maybelline Color Sensational. I know these actual lip liners aren't new, but I'm pretty sure these shades are newer. I think they released with the Into Matte collection. The shade that I'm wearing right now is Magnetic Mauve. The formula kind of reminds me a bit of the Koki ones. Now, out of all the lip liners I have, I tend to gravitate more towards the pencil ones because I like something that's a little bit firmer and slightly more dry, because some of my retractable lip liners, I love the color, but it's like the formula tends to feather more than a typical pencil lip liner. But this is pretty much like a pencil formula in a retractable lip liner. It's one of those that's a bit more firm and a little bit more dry, like I just mentioned. So I just find that those last a lot longer on the lips. Magnetic Mauve I've been wearing pretty much every other day, just using this as my solid lip color and just carry like a clear gloss around if I want to touch up. Okay, something else from Maybelline. I've already talked about this so many times, but this color that released in the Into Matte collection is so pretty. So if you like those, once again, the dusty roses and mauves, but something a bit deeper, this shade is everything. This one is 575 Brown Blush. That's like my perfect color. If I had to create a lipstick, it would probably be this color. It's just so pretty. It just has this like smoky mauvey look to it. I love it. I have another Maybelline product here. This is the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer. I'm now in the shade Soft Brown. Before I was using the shade Blonde. I love this over my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, Benefit Gimme Brow. This formula is amazing. It actually like holds your brows in place, especially if you love like the fluffy eyebrow look. this is perfect. It has this kind of weird spoon applicator, but it's basically like a really nice pomade type of brow gel with actual fibers in it, so it just gives you that really nice kind of like fluffy look to them. Even if you didn't want to go in with a pencil or powder or just use this, you still get just really nice full brows. I love this stuff. This was in my yearly favorites. I think I will continue purchasing that for like the rest of my life. It's that good. A newer brow product from the drugstore. Well, I don't know how new it's actually at the drugstore, but it's newer to my collection. This is from L'Oreal. It's the Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Brunette, the ultra fine tip shaping pencil. I actually just started using this for like a week, maybe, if that, but you know, some products you use once and you already know you're gonna love them. My friend Laura actually gave me this. You have a spoolie on one end and then a retractable brow pencil on the other. It's definitely a formula that's a bit waxier than the like Anastasia Brow Wiz. I haven't repurchased one of those in forever. If you're someone who's really heavy-handed with your brows, you have a hard time going lighter, I think this would be a great option because it's a product that you can like gradually build up. It's kind of hard to go really, really dark right away unless you're like a toddler and gripping your eyebrow pencil like this. Now these you can only find at Walgreens. At least that's the only place that I've seen them. I haven't really heard anybody talk about these. I know the brand's been out for a while, but this is from the brand Noni or Nonie. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. I purchased these probably 6-7 months ago and I used them here and there, but then recently whenever I was like decluttering my pigments and stuff, I was like, oh my god, I forgot all about these. Now I've been using them like so much. The gold one is amazing. Bought these when they were buy one get one free. So the gold is actually called copper, even though it's a gold, and then we have this kind of like burgundy shade called Ruby Rust. Now the applicator of these are stupid, especially on the rust one, because the color payoff with the applicator is like minimal to the point where it's just like, okay, this product is garbage. You just get this tiny sponge tip applicator. So what I like to do is actually like dump some out onto the back of my hand or onto a piece of paper, and then I'll lay down some sort of sticky base, whether it's like NYX glitter glue or the Violet Voss glitter adhesive, and I'll just pat this right on top and it just goes opaque instantly. You get this gorgeous like metallic foiled look. They're so pretty. I definitely want to go see what other colors they have, but I just remember at the time these were the two that like popped out at me right away. Never hear anybody talk about these. Let me know if you have any other recommendations from this brand. The Physicians Formula Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer. This comes with a mini like sponge that looks like kind of like a pink dupe of the Beauty, or is it Micro Beauty Blender? The sponge I pretty much tossed right away because like the point was cut too long to where you went into like pounce with it. It was just like like not doing anything, so we're just like flapping all over your face. Like it was stupid, so I tossed it. But the actual product is amazing. I want to say this was maybe $9 or $10 at Ulta, so it's probably even more affordable at Target. This reminds me a lot, I know some people are probably gonna want to like burn me at the stake for this, of the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Now it might be a little bit more like of a wet formula, which I actually like, especially on my under eyes, but I feel like the coverage is pretty much identical to the MAC Pro Longwear. It is so full coverage. This color I have is light. I think there was only like 3 shades, which is ridiculous. But Physicians Formula like sucks in general when it comes to the shade range, but this product is amazing. So if you're anywhere from like the medium to like slightly medium tannish shade, you may be able to find your color. I really hope Physicians Formula starts to do better with their shade range because they have some really great products. But that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also leave some of your drugstore favorites or recommendations down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!